YouTube? This is Chthonian and Alliance here, bringing you the random video. Today we're going to be talking about the second place local Metalfoes deck profile that I took and got second place with. Like I said, I went X1 in a 5-round tournament. It wasn't. We had we had 25 players, so it was pretty good. It's pretty sizable locals, for at least for my area. Now I want to just go over what cards I played and what cards I should have played and what cards I would take out and change and all that stuff. So let's just jump right into it. So first off, we're going to be playing 3 big boy, 3 slightly bigger boy, slightly smaller boy, 3 slightly smaller boy than that, and 3 miniature boys. I wouldn't change any of the ratios on these. You kind of need to play 3 of each. So 2 astrograph, 3 chronograph. I would actually change to take out 1 chronograph and put it in the 3rd astrograph, because this card is not as good as astrograph from what I've seen. 3rd rescue rabbit, or 3 rescue rabbit. I wouldn't change the ratio on this either. 3 baboon. I set this out every single game. I'm not sure if that's telling that I should probably take it out or something like that. I might, but for the most part, I think for right now it's fine. I might actually want. I'm going to test some other techs with this deck in the near future. Taking a baboon, and I want to try inspect borders instead, because it actually is really powerful, and I can just turn it off whenever I feel like it. 3 Bisping again. Wouldn't change the ratio of this at all. But overall, I like the monster lineup. Like I said, I would take out 1 chronograph and put in another 3rd copy of Astrograph Sorcerer. I should have done that from the very beginning, but I really didn't have the resources to do that. So. Yeah, it's whatever. 2 Painful Decision, 1 Raigeki, 3 Pot of Desires, 1 Dark Hole, 1 Metalfoes Fusion, 1 Summoner's Art, 1 Monster Reborn, and 1 Full Metalfoes Fusion. What I would honestly take out, the Monster Reborn, put it, actually not, well yeah, I would take out the Monster Reborn, put it in the side deck so I could play the 2nd Summoner's Art, but I didn't have a second one on me, so I kind of just went with the 1 Summoner's Art. It actually helped out a little bit. I set it out to games 2 and 3 most of the time, because if I didn't see it, then I didn't need it. But this card is definitely powerful. I would definitely play 2. If I can get hands on a 2nd copy. I know they're commons and stuff like that, but you know, sometimes things happen, and I made this kind of last minute. The Metalfoes Fusion ratio and the full Metalfoes Fusion ratio I wouldn't change at all. The Pot of Desires ratio I actually wouldn't change it at all either. There's actually some pretty insane combos with this card in Astrograph, so I wouldn't at all actually change this. You said it. Every game I set it out one of these by the Painful Decisions, because I thought Painful Decisions after turn 1 is pretty dead. I could have set it out both of them, but I wanted to make sure that if I drew it, like in my opening hand, that I would have it. So yeah, and I'm playing 3 traps, 1 Metalfoes counter, 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 combination. I would take out the Torrential Tribute. It did save me. It did win me a game against Zoo, because I did play Zoo during this tournament. I played played against Zoo-Sun. Very fun deck, actually. The guy was really nice. But most of this thing never really popped up all that often for it to be relevant, especially at 1. I should be playing, if I play Torrential Tribute, I'm going to be playing multiple copies, but this deck doesn't have room for multiple copies. I might, unless if I'm playing 41, then I can just play 2, then I can just slide them out if I don't need them. But I would take this out for something else. I don't what that something else is. I don't know, but whatever. It is what it is. On to the extra deck. 1 Orichalc, 1 Vortex Dragon, 3 Metalfoes Mithrilium, 1 Metalfoes Adamante, 1 Alcahest, 1 Odd Eyes Absolute, 1 Big Eye, 1 Norito, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Baguska, 1 Metaltron, 1 Deco Talker, 1 Electromite. I only had the 1 Electromite. I do actually have now a 2nd copy, just came in today, so I did actually order it. Things that I would change, I would take out one of the adamants. I would take out the adamant for the Alcahest, and I would actually take out the Norito, or possibly even like one, or possibly even possibly even Big Eye for 2 more Alcahest. Alcahest is extremely good. Especially if you're playing against something like Trick Stars, where they can't really put out a lot of damage on the board, as far as monsters are concerned. So this is it's a really powerful card to go against them. So it's really cool. Mithrilium I wouldn't change at all. I wouldn't change this at all. I also wouldn't change this at all. This card won me a couple of games actually, by itself. Ada's Absolute Dragon, and most of the time when you're going for your rank 7s, you want to go into Absolute Dragon, which is why I opt out to which I might take out the Big Eye, because the Big Eye is kind of just old-fashioned. It also doesn't do very much against my opponents who have a lot of stuff that protects them for targeting. For example, there was a couple of True Rifle players today, and if I faced any of those, I would not be making Big Eye under any circumstances. But Absolute Dragon by itself also kind of just wins games because it prevents your opponent from just doubling down on damage. Sure, they could Book of Moon it, and sure, they could play other spot removal cards and board wipes. But for the most part, if you can't pop this card, then it's okay. But I would much rather pop this card sometimes, so it's all good. Like I said, since I have the second Electromite now, I'm taking on the Metaltron. Metaltron is actually a really cool attack. I actually liked it though, even though I didn't make it. It's still fun. I like the card a lot, and especially in this deck because it's very easy to summon, and the cards and the arrows are perfect. So I might actually consider this in the future again. So we'll see. 2 Chaos Sorcerer, 2 Inspector Border, 2 Ash Blossom, 2 the Ghost Ogre, 2 Eater of Millions, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 2 Dimensional Barrier, and 1 Solemn Judgment. And inside the Solemn Judgment, the Eater of Millions or the Chaos Lanters at all this game, this tournament, I sided the barriers once against Zoo. I didn't see them. I sided to these 4 cards here against every matchup. Just every matchup, because these cards are super strong. I might end up taking out Baboons and taking 2 of these in there, kind of like I'm doing with Inspector Boris. This card actually won me a game against Trickstars, because if you normal summon this card, the only thing they can do is just swing directly with Lilybell, and only doing 1,000 damage per turn is not sufficient enough for it to do any significant damage. As long as you can keep this card in attack position, just keep popping up your opponent's monsters. Even if they activate Reincarnation on you in the mid game, it's not very strong because you're just getting free advantage, and you're just gonna get you're gonna get 2 cards out of it. And otherwise, if you ended up with more cards in your hand than you used, you probably didn't need those to begin with. So yeah. Another thing about this deck is that against the Trickstars player specifically, I do not lose to Drone Lockbird. I lose to it sometimes, like if I pop off combination, then that matters, or if I play Pateful Decision or Summon Desert, that matters sometimes, or Pot of Desires. But for the most part, the act of setting these cards are what is stronger than just having them in your hand. I would much rather have these still in my deck to set with these cards than to use their effects to add or something like that. This card is actually really insane. It won me the game. It won me a game against Trickstars. Inspector Borders won me games 2 and 3 against Trickstars. He pretty much killed me one turn. I summoned this during turn 1 on my in game 3, and it pretty much just went downhill from there. Also, I can actively turn this card off if I ever need to, but it's popping it. It's a really good card. I think this card actually in the future might actually have some really broken potential with it. It might be really stupid. But we will see. With all the hand traps running around, it's actually not that strong. That being said, it did win me the games. I didn't see it against the only deck that I lost to today. Was the guy who was facing for first. I was playing 60 card zombies. The first game he actually bricked, and the only reason why he won was because he decked into that Grass Screener. Which in game 2 he Ash Blossomed my Rescue of it, which I didn't have any follow plays, so I just had to sit there and pass and set a card. And that might be telling us to why Baboon should probably be taken out, but was definitely that there's some inconsistency with the deck that I'm still not seeing. But anyway, if you guys did enjoy, please leave a comment in the comment section below. I will have the deck list also in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. This has been Chthonian Alliance signing out.